These are 3 things in Disneyland that just make sense. First, Disney cast members follow a special hug rule. When in character, they are not allowed to let go of a hug first. They always wait for the child or guest to end it. Next, you'll hear cheerful music and magical sounds all around the park, but you'll almost never see a speaker. That's because Disney cleverly hides them inside buildings, decorations, and even cracks in the wall. There are over 1,000 hidden Mickeys spread throughout the park, and even more waiting to be discovered. Notice how the windows on store displays around the park are actually built lower than normal. This is done so not only adults, but also their children can peek in and see what's inside. Next, every morning, there's a little ceremony to open the Disney store. The first guest in line gets to unlock the door with a big key and even walks away with a tiny souvenir version of the key. There's a sneaky little Easter egg in Disneyland's address. It's 1313 Disneyland Drive. And since M is the 13th letter of the alphabet, the numbers actually stand for Mickey Mouse's initials. Hidden Mickeys aren't just in the parks, they're literally everywhere in Disney hotels too. And when I say hidden, I mean they're actually right in front of you and you don't even notice. Next, this Rapunzel-themed hotel room is exactly what you need to recover from a day at Disneyland. It has a fireplace, the magical flower from the movie, and when you turn off the lights, the lantern painting actually glows. If you're more of a Toy Story fan, go and book this room that will make you feel like you're in the movie. You'd get to sleep like Andy, sadly, without the toys. There's a quiet clicking near the Disneyland train station that most people ignore. But if you know Morse code, you'll realize it's been spelling out Walt Disney's 1955 opening speech this whole time. Next, beneath Sleeping Beauty Castle lies a sealed time capsule from 1995. It's set to open in 2035, long enough for the 7 dwarfs to finally get their pension plan. Most American flags in Disneyland aren't actually real. They're all missing some stars and stripes, and Disney did it on purpose so they don't have to follow any official flag rules. Did you know you can make your own Mickey Mouse headband? Pick the base, then stack on as many Disney characters as you want. Just try not to recreate the entire cast of Frozen on your forehead. Next, there's a shop where you can build your own magic wand. Choose the wand shape, pick up to 3 crystal colors, then watch the cast member as they bring it to life. If you buy perfume inside the park, you can get it custom engraved with anything you want. It could be your name, your first pet, or the name of your first car. Villains like Cruella or Kylo Ren don't have to fake being nice. Actually, it would be out of character if they were. They are allowed to be cruel and intimidate guests as part of the immersive experience. Next, while they're supposed to roast you a little, there's a strict rule that they're not allowed to cross the line. Cast members must only use words like fool or idiot, and they're trained to read the room because not everyone enjoys being insulted. Shouting at strangers and scowling all day sounds like a dream, until it becomes your full-time job. That's why villain cast members learn how to de-roll after their shift so they don't carry the evil home. Even though Mickey's face is already frozen in a giant smile, cast members inside still smile underneath. It helps keep their body language happy and believable. Next, because their hands are basically soft pillows shaped like mittens, characters carry these comically large autograph pens. They've mastered the fine art of writing with 0 finger grip and 100% fluff, 300 times a day. Since fur characters have very limited vision, if you come in from the side or behind, they won't know you're there until it's too late. And by too late, I mean getting accidentally karate chopped by Goofy. When someone throws up in the park, aka protein spill, cast members have a special powder that they use to quickly dry up the mess to make it easier for custodians to clean later on. Next, when cast members take photos with guests, both their hands have to be visible. It's a Disney rule to avoid any accusations of touching someone inappropriately. Cast members aren't allowed to be seen holding commercial products. Cinderella shouldn't be seen holding a Red Bull unless there's a contract and a royalty check. Because they have limited vision and can't talk, cast members inside the boiling hot suit have secret hand signals to alert their handlers when something's wrong. If you ever see Goofy frantically flapping like a deranged bird, he's not dancing in joy, he's overheating. Next, the stormtroopers you see around the park don't actually speak live. They use hidden sensors in their gloves to trigger pre-recorded voice lines. It's like a conversation tree from a video game. So every time a trooper says, "Move along," that was option B on their glove menu. There is a costume no cast members want to get assigned to. Buzz Lightyear may look cool, but his spacesuit is 35 pounds sitting right on your shoulders. And if his joints don't fit you just right, you'll be walking like a broken action figure. If you ride the Mark Twain riverboat, make sure to ask a cast member if you can be the captain. If they say yes and you manage not to crash into an iceberg, they'll give you a free pilot certificate. Next, you could get a coaster in Oga's Cantina entirely for free. Just ask the waiter nicely, and if they're in a good mood, they might even give you a full set. If you're hungry but your wallet's run out of pixie dust, don't forget to head over to Boudin Bakery for a tasty free sample of fresh sourdough bread straight from the oven. If you reserve a character breakfast at Plaza Inn, you can enter the park before anyone else and get to walk around like you own the place. Next, this Pinocchio quick service restaurant has a special view of the Small World ride. They even have signboards you can show to riding guests. If riding the monorail is too boring, you can ask to sit by the conductor so you get to watch him push one button and then quietly share an awkward silence for the rest of the ride. There's a quiet little wishing well hiding near the castle. It's peaceful and oddly one of the top spots where people propose. So if your partner brings you there, check their pockets. Next, if you want a quiet place to be, there's a chill area in Critter Country where barely anyone goes. It has chairs, shade, and a nice view of the rivers of America. It's also where McDonald's used to be. Above the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, there's a fancy apartment where you can eat great food and watch Fantasmic from a private balcony. The only catch is you need money, like lots of it. You can rent lockers inside the park if you don't want to carry your stuff all day. The ones near Grizzly River Run are even free for the first 2 hours. Next, in case you lost something while in Disneyland, don't cry just yet. Go to the Lost and Found area to find it, or scan this QR code to report your missing churro. If your little one suddenly ran out of magic, there are baby care centers in every Disney park available. It has everything your tiny human needs, but sadly, none for you. Cast members can give out fast passes if your ride breaks down, either right as you're about to get on, or while you got stopped mid-ride. So if you find yourself trapped on It's a Small World and end up learning 5 new languages from that one song, you might get a multiple experience pass to use on another ride. Next, there are cast members called custodians, which sounds like a superhero team, but instead of saving cities, they clean them, and sometimes draw Mickey Mouse on the sidewalk too. They use water and a broom to make fun little Disney characters on the ground. It's an oddly satisfying role compared to the other cast members that are boiling inside a goofy suit. Keep an eye out for cast members with pin boards. You can walk up and trade your pins with theirs. They sometimes carry rare and valuable pins. But just remember, they only take official Disney pins, so your Team Edward pin from that one company retreat isn't gonna cut it. There is a Disney character integrity rule where cast members are only aware of things in their own story universe. So Elsa cannot know Spider-Man because one is from Arendelle and the other's already forgotten by everyone. If they bump into each other in the park, they politely pretend the other one doesn't exist. Next, characters must speak and behave as if they live in their own world. So Ariel still doesn't know what a phone is unless she calls it a dinglehopper that lets people talk from far away. And if a kid asks her about TikTok, she might think it's something about a clock. Cast members in costume must stay 100% in character at all times. If Mickey Mouse passes out from heat exhaustion, he better do it like a Looney Tunes cartoon style before his handlers swoop in. There is a no sad kids rule, which to be clear doesn't mean kicking out sad children out of the park. This rule means cast members do small things to cheer up sad kids, usually by replacing their balloon that went infinity and beyond, or a free scoop of ice cream to prevent them from crying. Next, if you like the service a certain cast member is giving, just know they can't accept gifts that are worth more than $50. So yes, you can give them a keychain, a homemade bracelet, or a 24-karat diamond ring if you swear that it's fake and only costs $10. Cast members are required to smile no matter what. It's part of the job and they call it the Disney look. Even if you accidentally stepped on their foot, they are required to hold on to that grin as long as you're looking. Just when you're still riding that magical high before going home, Disney may hand you a bounce back deal, which is a discount for your next vacation. The only catch is, you have to book it before you leave now. You might not even be sure you want to come back that soon, but the deal feels too good to pass. Next, you don't notice it until you compare old receipts, but snacks, meals, and merch get a little pricier every few months. It only gets noticeable if you only come back after a few years and suddenly that $5 churro you remember is now $20. If you've been going to the parks for years, you'll know that stuff that used to be free now costs extra. Fast Pass used to be complimentary and comes free with the park admission. And the $50 Magic Band is given to you at no cost when you stay at a Disney-owned resort. There's something called the Disney look, which means having a clean haircut that doesn't touch your ears or neck. Facial hair is also not allowed unless it's a groomed mustache that looks exactly like Walt Disney. Basically, you have to look like him. Speaking of looks, if a cast member is playing a face character like Cinderella, Ariel, or Aladdin, the screening process is way stricter than Disney's own live-action remakes. Until you look like someone straight out of the cartoon, don't expect a fairy godmother contract. Being a face character isn't just smiling and waving. You have to memorize long scripts, pass trivia tests about your character, and stay on top of your weight, makeup, and wig all around the clock. Heavy is the head that wears the plastic tiara. If you do the Main Street Story Tour, Disney actually lets you step inside Walt Disney's original apartment above the fire station. You can even get a PhotoPass picture inside his home. Inside Animation Academy, you get to take free art classes from actual Disney artists. They do 30-minute drawing sessions and the characters change every time, so it's basically a surprise. If you stand near the buildings in the little alley on Main Street, you'll hear people getting ready at Hotel Marceline, a dentist drilling inside Painless Dentists, and a secret voice paging George Lucas backwards in Star Tours. You might spot these random boxes on the ground. They are called clap boxes because cast members will literally clap as long as you're inside. If you're in Cars Land at sunset, you're in for a treat. All the neon signs light up to the 1950s song Shaboom, and for about 30 seconds, life could really be a dream as Radiator Springs comes